Welcome to part 2. In part 1, you learned what stocks are, why they grow, and the risks you need to understand. Now let's talk about the practical stuff. How do you actually buy stocks as a kid? What should you buy? And what platforms can you use? Let's dive in. Okay, so how do you actually buy a stock? You can't just walk into a store and buy a share of Apple. You need something called a brokerage account. A brokerage is like a bank, but for stocks. You put money in, and then you can use that money to buy shares of companies. As a kid, you can't open an investment account by yourself. You have to be 18 for that. But your parent or guardian can open what's called a custodial account. That's an account they manage, but the money inside belongs to you. There are two main types. First, a custodial brokerage account. Your parent opens it. You both pick investments together. And when you turn 18 or 21, depending on your state, the account becomes fully yours. Second, if you're 13 or older, some brokerages like Fidelity let you open a youth account where you can actually make trades yourself, with your parents supervising. It's like training wheels for real investing. Popular options include Fidelity Youth Account. If you're a teen who wants to pick your own stocks, or Schwab, Vanguard, or Greenlight for custodial accounts your parents manage with you. So you've got your account set up, now what do you buy? Here's my advice. Start with companies you know and understand. Do you use an iPhone? Maybe Apple? Do you love Disney movies? Maybe Disney? When you own stock in a company, you want to understand what they do and why people buy from them? But here's an even better option for beginners. Index funds. An index fund is like buying a sample platter instead of picking one dish. Instead of betting on one company, you own a tiny piece of hundreds of companies all at once. The most popular index fund tracks the S&P 500. That S, the 500 biggest companies in America. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Disney, Nike, they're all in there. One purchase and you own a piece of all of them. When you hear people say the stock market returned 10% per year on average, they're talking about the S&P 500. So when you buy an S&P 500 index fund, you're getting that average. If you're not sure where to start, ask your parents about an S&P 500 index fund. One popular one is called VU, that's Vanguard's S&P 500 fund. Just buying that one thing gives you a piece of the 500 biggest American companies. If you don't know which individual stock to pick, an index fund is the safest bet. You'll get that 10% average growth we talked about in part 1 and video 2. Here's your challenge. Talk to your parents about opening a custodial investment account. Show them part 1 and part 2 of this video if it helps. Then decide, do you want to invest in one specific company you love, or do you want to start with an index fund? There's no wrong answer. Both are great learning experiences. Start with whatever amount you can, even $25 or $50. The amount doesn't matter as much as starting. Then watch. See how it goes up and down. Learn how the stock market works by actually being in it. This is your first real investment. This is where compound interest from video 2 really starts to work its magic. In the next video, I am going to tell you the story of a teenager who became a millionaire by doing everything we've talked about in this series. It's going to blow your mind. If you're ready to start investing, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments what would be your first stock purchase. See you in the next one.